Welcome to this episode. Today I'm gonna share what I see to be the true path to limitless sexual bliss and full body orgasms. Do you want to experience the full potential of your sexual energy, deep intimacy in your relationship, and how it feels like to truly be in your power as a man? Can you hear the world's desperate calling for conscious, heart-centered men to rise to the occasion? Then welcome to the Heart of a King podcast, where you will find the clarity, guidance, and tools that will empower you to do what it truly takes to live a life of freedom, fulfillment, and bliss. If you look at what most people are teaching these days to go towards these things, especially in sexual kung fu, Taoist work like Mantak Chia's work, or also the tantric work it often involves a lot of practices that involve force and control from the mind and work to direct energy around resistance and through resistance to make the energy movement possible that would allow to move the sexual energy throughout the body, and also for men to move it with force out of the area of the genitals to prolong how long you can have sex as a man. And not to say that these practices are bad. I've been practicing them and studying them myself, and they've been serving me to a degree in the past. And the best of the essences of some of these paths I'm still using sometimes when they are useful. But my point is that involvement of force and of mental control, a lot of intense muscle engagements and holds, in my opinion, they're not the best way, and especially not a sustainable and natural way to bring you towards full body orgasms and limitless sexual bliss. Because they're all still coming from the paradigm that we would need to control something through our mind to allow this experience to happen. That perception that we would need to be in control to kind of force these experiences to happen or to do them from our mind, to be reaching for something that seems to be outside of ourselves in that way, instead of what I believe to be the truth, to realize and actually remember that this limitless bliss is our natural way of being, and in the true experience of this, a power way greater than our egos and minds is at play to make these higher sexual experiences happen. And all that we really have to do is to get back into our natural state of being, to set up a sacred space, a container for this, and to get out of the way by getting out of our mind. So what do I really mean with that, and how does that path actually look like in real life? So what I mean with that is, first of all, to focus less on learning fancy techniques like doing intense breathwork, muscle clenching and rolling your eyes back towards the ceiling, or doing all kinds of visualizations and trying to mentally control the sexual energy, whilst you are actually intending to be intimate with your partner, to be present with one another, and to share a beautiful, intimate, sensual experience together. And instead of that, to focus more on doing the inner work needed to get back into the natural orgasmic state of being, which is our birthright, and to get back into a deep connection with ourselves, so we are able to actually be present in our body, fully embodied as our soul, meeting our partner in true intimacy and presence with one another, where the mind can let go and get out of the way, so this sacred divine experience can unfold by itself. So the bodies are naturally merging in this ecstatic bliss, and the sexual energy is flowing naturally and freely throughout the sexual energy pathways of this united system of the two bodies. So how does this inner work look like? First of all, we have to understand why we get away so far from our natural state of orgasmic bliss. In today's world and where we've been growing up, this has not been a place where you as an incarnated soul on this planet were having the environment and the level of consciousness in the society to be treated in a way so you feel fully safe to fully be here, to fully feel to the full depth of the capacity of how deep you can feel, and to allow to be fully vulnerable, fully open, fully here. Rather than that, almost everyone has been experiencing trauma to some kind of degree, may it be more mild or very drastic, may it have been emotionally, physically, psychologically, or all together. And even if you think you did not experience trauma, you've still been growing up in a highly unconscious society where traumatized people and often even narcissists and psychopaths are in charge of power in this world. And everyone has been affected by the collective energy. It just hasn't been a place yet where most of us as our souls have really been feeling fully safe. So what happens from my perspective when we were born and our energy pathways and all of our systems should be working perfectly and be open in this bliss, we shut down and contract and experience trauma. And for many, many people, much more than you might think, the birth itself has been very traumatic and already starts shutting you down a lot. And even if all that should have been perfect, the school system, which almost everyone has been going into, then will start traumatizing and shutting down this natural limitless expression of a soul. And not to say that these are exact facts of how our systems start shutting down from this orgasmic bliss, but these are some of the things that I see. And also, of course, the lack of healthy sexual conscious education and all the shame around it also contributes into shutting the system down. So to open back up to this blissful state of being, first of all, we have to release what has been shutting it down. We have to release the conditioning, the shame, the trauma, the suppressed emotion, and therefore the tension held in our system, which restricts the natural sexual energy flow. The most powerful shifts in this I've been experiencing using an advanced energy healing modality that I'm now facilitating myself and have been specializing in the sexual energy aspect of it. And also conscious plant medicine work held and facilitated by someone that can fully deal with any traumatic things arising and dealing with any energetic aspects of the ceremony. That can be really powerful, especially psilocybin and ayahuasca have been serving me as well, but it has to be done in a very conscious and responsible way. Also, it is of course crucial to have proper guidance in the integration phase of the ceremony. You need to find high quality natural plant medicine to actually work with, and of course I advise you to only do this where it's legal. Otherwise, there's many ways this can also go sideways and have negative effects. Vipassana meditation is also a great powerful way to work on releasing suppressed emotions and blockages in the body, but in my own experience it does not release the full range of issues that I'm talking about. And of course you can also try other modalities that resonate with you to address your issues. For me personally, working with energy healing directly has been most effective and most direct, and especially around the sexual energy flow been bringing the greatest results. And that's what I'm using also for the participants of the online program. So that is the most foundational important step to release your traumas, your conditioning, and all that is basically keeping you stuck. And that, don't get me wrong, that can be a long journey, but one that definitely pays off big time. The next step is to actually relax and open your system and open your heart again. And for that, some things that I want to share with you that you can also start doing now are, first of all, getting into your body, being embodied. And for that, yes, it's also super important to basically release the traumas and the suppressed emotions that keep your system stuck and keep you from fully being here. But you can also proactively do things to be embodied. You can do practices like breath work and cold water immersions to get you into your body, even when there's still a lot of discomfort or some discomfort that you might not even be feeling, and it might just be numbness. And you can of course do self-care, whatever makes you feel good in your body and really connect with your body. May it be go to the sauna, to have a massage or something like that, or other more active things that connect you with your body, like doing yoga, physical exercise, and all of that, of course, done consciously in a way that brings your awareness into your body and into the felt sensations. And you can literally do anything that really makes you relax, be in your body, and to open up your heart and to open up your body. So the first two essential steps are, first of all, doing the deep inner release and healing work, and then doing embodiment practices that allow your system to relax and to open up your body and your heart. To learn to truly trust and allow your body to learn to truly trust and open up again. whilst you are actually fully in it with your awareness and not half out of body like most people are. And from then on, it's actually about being in a sacred space with yourself or a partner, and to let go of any expectations, of any control, and to basically allow the connection and the experience to unfold, to allow the natural dance of the polarities to pull you and your partner together in the sacred union where the two souls meet through the body and the mind is still. And limitless sexual bliss, free-flowing sexual energy like full body orgasms is just naturally happening. I'm sending you all the love for your own healing journey. I'm wishing you that you have the courage and endurance to go through it and to be compassionate and patient with yourself along the way. And that's it for today's episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for joining us for the Heart of a King podcast. Make sure to follow the podcast and turn on your notifications so you won't miss out on any new episodes coming out.